Michael Letterle, how you doing, sir?
Hey Dave, how's it going?
Good. I want to talk about your job, your day job at Preemptive Solutions. You work for a company that makes an obfuscation tool.
Well, that's part of what we do.
Tell me what you do.
I'll get into a little bit more. We do the obfuscation. Everybody knows the obfuscation. It ships with Visual Studio, so you can do obfuscation in your .NET code or out of the box.
Okay.
Because .NET gets compiled down to IL, so it's easily reverse engineered. Our product allows you to obfuscate it, hide it away in the closet somewhere.
So that process of hiding the source code is obfuscation. That's the definition of obfuscation.
Not the source code. It's a post-build product.
Hiding the IL,
That's
intermediate language.
so you don't have to do anything special in your code.
Okay.
You do your code, you build it, and then you run Obfuscator on it. Now, through doing Obfuscator, we learned a lot of good techniques on how to inject code and how to change code around post-build. So we also offer a product called Runtime Intelligence, which I've been working on a lot on lately. It's a
I'm not familiar with that product. Is it released today?
yes, it is released today, and actually in Visual Studio 2010, the version of Obfuscator that's shipping with that actually has a free version of this code analytics that we call Runtime Intelligence embedded in it.
Okay.
So what it basically does is you can tell it, when this method runs, I'm going to get a message on it. So it sends it to our web service, and then we have a whole portal set up where you can log in and you can see all the different analytics. And I've been doing a lot of work lately on the server side.
And what's the advantage of using it? Sending something to web service?
Well, again, it's post-built, so you don't have to write any code yourself to track any of this. You just say this is the method I want to track.
Okay.
It's really useful for like betas and stuff. You want to see how your beta is being used, what features. The Microsoft Customer Improvement Program.
Okay.
Well, this is basically like a light version.
Okay. So when you say what features are used, this is a way of seeing whether or not people are hitting parts of your code.
That is.
You spend a lot of time writing this feature, and it's all this code in here. Was it a waste of time? Is anybody even bothering to use that, to call that code?
That's correct.
That's the primary purpose of it?
That's part of the purposes. You can also get demographics. There's, what OS is it?
Okay.
What version of the .NET framework is it running under? What service packs do you have out there? You can also do system profiling of what it's running.
Okay. So as you ship, does it slow down the code at all when you have this the web services calls in it?
Well, obviously, anytime you're running any kind of extra code, there is going to be some performance impact. So you can't say there's none, but it is negligible.
It's negligible. So it's not something you turn off and turn on turn off during the beta version and turn on during testing and turn off during release mode.
Not necessarily. That would be up to the client. You can do that if you wanted to.
Okay.
Again, because it's post-build, you just don't run it.
Okay.
You just don't enable the analytics mode in
Right.
Obfuscator.
Your release build will just not have that step in its build process.
That's correct.
Okay, and this is actually being released. People are using this right now.
People are using it.
What types of companies are using it?
Um,
Are they websites? Are they Windows
no,
apps? Are they WP
a lot of
apps?
times they're Windows apps. We do support Silverlight. I don't know if we have anybody currently using it, but you could instrument a Silverlight app because again it's .NET code.
Sure.
Also, again, because it's .NET code, it's probably a good idea to obfuscate since it's downloaded to the client.
Right.
So we do support Silverlight obfuscation as well, starting with this company version. The other thing we do that's related to the whole code injection and the back and forth is we also do something that we call shelf life, which is a program expiration kind of technology.
So for trial versions or something.
Trial versions, or what we see a lot of is companies have the in-house development, and they'll write a program, and they'll want to go out and they'll say, well, let's put this out there and see if people use it.
Okay.
Well, people might use it and then take it and run with it, but you never hear back about it. So this would be a way that you could say, in 90 days, I want this program to expire, so they have to come.
Force them to come back to you.
They force them to come back to you.
Isn't that like selling crack?
Yeah. Yeah. First one's free. And that also plays into the runtime intelligence code analytics. There's the whole concept of shadow IT. The whole
I'm not familiar with that term. Shadow IT?
shadow IT. It's the in-house development programs that are developed and then just put out there and you have no visibility. So
okay.
the greater IT department doesn't have any visibility on these homebrewed internal dev apps.
Oh, sure. So I see it's a lot with the accounting department will create an app in Access.
Right.
And they're running a large part of their business on it. And the rest of the IT department has no idea what's going on. They might even get a support call on it.
IT has no idea how widespread it is, how long it's been out there.
Right.
So if part of your company policy is you have to inject these runtime intelligence application, IT, we then have visibility on it. How, when Susie gives it to Sam and Sam starts using it, you see that show up in your analytics.
Oh, okay. All right. So just these things are phoning home. Say,
Right.
hey, now I'm on Sam's computer. Just to let you know. Okay. All right. So this is a much bigger company than I thought it was. I'm familiar with the Obfuscator. Certainly the free one that comes with Visual Studio. I think you sell a more full-featured version as well.
That is correct.
I didn't realize there's a company that always
We,
looks like that.
well, we also do Java obfuscation.
Java.
We have a
Well, that
problem.
makes sense.
Well, actually, that's how we started. We actually
Okay.
started in, I think it was the late 90s, doing Java obfuscation before .NET came out. That product's called Dasho. Because originally, just to give you a little bit of history, originally Dasho was meant to be a code optimizer. So with the file flag,
Just to make it smaller.
-O for optimization. It was supposed to do speed ups, but through doing that, they discovered, hey, while we're messing with all this intermediate language, we can
Change the variable names.
change the variable names and compact and take out unused code.
All right. That's pretty interesting. I learned a lot about your company. Thanks a lot, Michael.
Thank you, Dave.
Appreciate it.